Hello students, welcome to the second session of chapter 5 Introduction to Calci. In this session today we are going to see how to do the work with the Calci program. But students, here we don't have the Linux operating system. So that is why we will do this practical in our Excel program that is very similar to Calci. So let's start this. So students, now we are in our Excel screen. Some of the content is already written by me. Here we are preparing the bill for the item that we have purchased. So serial number, item name, its quantity and unit price is already written. We have to find it out its total price, then total amount along with the tax that we have to pay to the shopkeeper. So let's start and let's make a new column, that is price column over here. So two ways are there to calculate the price here. Either you can directly do the calculation with the values that is specified over here in the cell, that you can see here 5 multiplied by 10. And then another way is you can specify the cell address in which these values are written. So through that also the calculation is possible. Both the ways we will see now how to do the calculation of a price bill. So first remember students, every functions and formulas begins with the equal sign. If you are not doing the equal sign, then the text will not considered as a function or formula. Instead, it will be just considered as a simple text like 5, 10 or pen, just like this simple text that we have written earlier. So don't forget to do the equal sign. Then after writing down our content, quantity is a 5. So 5, then after multiplication sign. See students, here for the multiplication, here we have this asterisk sign. And then after 10. And to see the result of this formula, you have to press the enter key. Now like this, in the similar way, we will use the another method. Again, it will also begin with the equal sign, but instead of directly specifying the value, we will specify the cell address in which these values are written. So here you don't need to type the cell address, you just select the cell. See, we want the quantity is written in the cell C2, so just you have to click on it. Then the cell address will be automatically typed there. Then after, do the multiplication sign and select the next cell and press enter to see the result. Now both our results are just similar only, but which method we have to follow, that we are going to clarify now. See, here Excel provides us the facility to copy the same formula in another cells also. Means now if I wants to do the calculation, here also the same formula we have to use, like a equal sign, then after C3, then after multiplication sign, and again select the next cell and press enter. So like this, no need to type the formula in each and every cell. Instead, you can copy the formulas in rest of the cells. So just select the cell and put your mouse pointer at the lower right corner. Can you see here this plus sign is visible? When this plus sign is coming there, press your left mouse button, don't release it, and just drag your mouse downward to your last cell and then release. See, here can you see the calculations came automatically. 5 multiplied by 1, that is 50, 10, 20, that is 200, and 10, 2, that is 20. So here it has the 3 benefits to write it down the cell address. First one is we are not specifying the values manually. So there is no issue of any type of mistakes. By mistakes, some of the time if we are in a hurry, then we can write down the wrong values also. So here there is no chance to make the mistakes. Next thing is when you will when you will take the cursor down, then the formula will be automatically copied in the rest of the cells. And the third one is here, if you will cut or if you will move this data into the another worksheet or into the another place, then also it will recalculate the formulas and it will change the cell address accordingly. And suppose if I am changing the value here, if I am writing 7 instead of 5, then it will just, without doing anything, it will recalculate all the things again. So these are the main benefits to use the cell address instead of the manually typing the values. Now you just write these things here. Is it working? No. You can see here that everywhere 50-50 is there. It is not calculating the values automatically. Means here if you want to do the calculation manually, you have to do the calculation every time, means 6 multiplied by 2 and enter. See what happened here, I forgot the equal sign. So remember, if equal sign is there, then only it will calculate the formula. See, so like this. So always we will prefer this method of specifying the cell address, not typing the values manually. So now we don't need this one, so just delete it. Now our next calculation is, we want to do the grand total of all these totals. So this total is our next calculation. So in the total, if we want the total amount, then what we have to do? We have to do the multiplication of these amount. So first we have to, there are also two ways, so both the ways I will show you. Do the equal sign and one by one you can select all the cells and you can do the plus sign. E3, then after E4 plus E5 plus and E6 and press enter. So this is the calculation. Now see, here I made the change, so again I am doing the 5 here and click anywhere. So here all the things has been recalculated automatically. Now another way I am showing you, another way is with the help of sum function. So equal sign and type the sum and do the bracket. Now in the bracket you have to provide the series of cells for which you want to do the calculation. So you just do one thing, together all the cells select. Then have you seen the effect over here? First it will display the first cell address and then after colon to separate both the cell address, and at the last we have the last cell address, that is E6. Now close the bracket and press enter. See, the same result is there. And now the third one is, we have the auto sum function. So for that no need to do anything, just you just select the cell of range for which you want to do the sum operation, and here you can see auto sum option is there. Just click on this button, then it will be calculated automatically. Click on a auto sum and here you just provide the cell address and enter. So how many ways are there to do the calculation? Just with the help of single cell address, with the help of sum function, and with the help of auto sum function that is written here. And in our latest version we have that sigma sign over here only in our formula bar. So directly from that you can use that auto sum function. So this is the use of this we did is a total. Now we have to calculate the tax. Yes students, on the total amount we have to pay 5% tax to the shopkeeper. So this tax calculation we will do now. So 5% tax is there. So first we have to select the cell in which our total amount is there. So first do the equal sign and then select the cell address of our total amount. Then 5% is there, so multiply by 5 and divided by 100. We already know how to count the percentage calculation here. So now this is the value of a tax. So this amount we have to pay as a tax. Now the grand total means the final amount that we have to pay, that we have to calculate. So how we will calculate that one? By doing the addition of these two values. So many ways we discussed earlier, 3 ways. Among these 3 ways you can select any one according to your wish. So this is our final amount that we have to pay. So here you can see that after decimal 1 point is only coming. that is 348.6. So here we have the number format, so increase decimal. When you will click on this button, it will show you the full amount, that is 348.60. So this is the final amount that we have to pay to the shopkeeper. So this is about the calculations with the Kelsey program. It is very simple and it is very convenient for us to use this program for our daily routine activities. So I hope you understood this one. Then some of the changes you can make over here, that formatting options. So if you want to change the heading color, then you can change like this, and the grand total we will display with the red color. So that thing we will understand. The bold you can do here, so that we will understand that this is our field names and this amount we have to pay to the shopkeeper. So I hope you understood this one. So now students, here you can see that 3 tabs we have named as a sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. So these are known as a worksheet of our workbook. So here we have created this bill in a sheet 1 tab. So you can rename this sheet 1 as a bill tab also. And by default you can see the background of a selected tab, that is the white color. So do just right click over here and select the rename sheet option. Just with the backspace delete this name and write it down bill. So now whenever you will see, you can understand that in the bill tab we have our bill that we created over here. Then after you can change the color of the tab also. So just select the cell and here you just you can change the tab color. So here we have the tab color option, any color you may select. So now you can see the change between these two tabs color. So like this you can change the tab color also, and if you want to insert a new worksheet, then that you can insert by clicking on this button. So many sheets you can insert according to your wish if you want to insert, and if it is not required, just right click on it and click on a delete. So this is the operations relevant to the sheet. And the same thing you can do here with the help of format also. See, in the format also, rename sheet, move or copy sheet, the tab color, all the options are available. So from that menu also you can do all the things. So I hope you understood this one. So students, while we are working with any application in a computer, we have to keep habit that very often we have to save the file in a continuous manner. So just to protect our content from the accidental power failure, or something will happen, then we will not lose our data. So just keep the habit of saving your file continuously. So at the beginning only, when you are starting your document, at that time only first save your file and then just do your work. And then after every often you have to save your file again and again. Then after here we have one function in a Kelsey. Meet the developers of the Office suite via Kelsey. So we already discussed how to work with the Kelsey, but here one special function is provided by the Kelsey, that is equals to star Kelsey team function. Here in any cell you can type this function, and when you will press the enter key, as a result it will display the picture of a Open Office development team member. So whenever you will type this function, it will show you the image. Here you can see the image. These are the developers of a Kelsey. So remember students, which function is that to see the image of a Kelsey developer team, that is star Kelsey team function. So how we are using the rest of the function, the same as you have to use that function also. So this is about that star Kelsey team function. So now we are going to conclude our chapter number 5. I hope you understood all the things here we discussed in this chapter, the application of this Kelsey program, the basic introduction and the functionality that it provides us, and practically also we have seen one program, that is how to use Kelsey effectively. So I hope you understood all the things. Thank you, students.